You always want to blame other people. You always want to hold other people to the fire, but you're not holding yourself to the fire. You just said you're giving 50%. You owe you an explanation. I stopped saying I've got to wait for good things to happen to me, and I said I'm going to grind. I'm going to fight. I'm going to work. I'm going to press toward. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do everything in my power every single day. I'm going to do everything in my power to become a victor and not a victim.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Patrick, and in today's video I'm going to take y'all through a full day of eating. I've been bulking for around 6 months now. My plan is to bulk for an entire year and a half, so I'm already done half the year, just have a full year left. The plan is to continue to bulk, push the body weight up, progress in the gym, obviously put on as much muscle as possible, and then the plan is to compete. So the plan is to bulk for a year and 6 months and then start a prep for 4 or 5 months and then compete in a show. So that's pretty much what we're doing. So 6 months into the bulk, still have a year left to go. I'll show y'all my daily weigh-in and then we'll get right into meal one. I literally feel like death right now because I just woke up and it's 8 a.m. That might not sound early for a lot of you, but my student online schedule has been terrible. My sleep schedule has been awful. So I've started waking up at 8 a.m. just this week so that I could get into a routine and so that I would have enough time to eat 2 meals before my lift. And I've done that this whole week and it really does feel amazing to wake up. It's just the first couple hours is just terrible because you're dead tired still. So we're going to check the weight and then we'll get right into meal one. All right, so just woke up out of bed. Let's check the weight, 191.4. So do have a camera in my hand, do have socks and underwear on, but I'm going to say probably 191.2 or 191 flat. That's a lot of weight. I kind of jumped. I was 189.6 yesterday, so that's quite a big jump. It's probably going to level out just around the 190s, but it's kind of crazy that we already hit 190 in body weight. I'm only 6 months into the bulk, and my peak bulk was 194 last year, and I'm not even, I'll show you guys a full day of eating, but I'm not even close to eating the same amount of food I was at peak bulk last year. So I think that means we put on muscle, man, and I feel a lot leaner than I did last time at 191. So I'm really happy with the progress so far. Gonna keep pushing the weight, gonna keep pushing everything, and we're gonna get fucking massive. All right, let's go meal number one. Okay, before meal number one, I wanted to give you guys a quick physique update. So obviously no pump, fasted in the morning. 191.4, man, look at the abs. The abs are hanging in there. So I'm happy with the physique composition, happy with the body fat we're at right now. Feel like I look pretty decent without a pump and in just regular lighting. So I'm happy with that. Let's get into the first meal. Okay, just chefed it up in the kitchen. I'm gonna show you meal number one. First thing I eat right when I wake up. Okay, so we have 1 piece of turkey bacon here, 1 piece of regular bacon. Before I was doing 2 pieces of turkey bacon, but I didn't want to bump up the calories. So I just added a little bit of animal fat with the regular piece of bacon. Then under that we have 2 eggs and then another egg right here. So 3 total eggs. And then we have an everything bagel here toasted. So 1 everything bagel, 3 eggs, 1 piece of turkey bacon, 1 piece of regular bacon. All my vitamins, this is vitamin D3, this is a multivitamin from Jack Factory, and this is an omega-3, and then I have 8 ounces of orange juice here. Just a light meal to start the day, really easy to eat, tastes good, all that jazz, but we're gonna crush it now. It's about 8:30, and then I'll pick it back up for meal number 2, which will be our pre-workout meal. All right, so second meal of the day now. Look at the fresh lineup and fade. Okay, second meal of the day. This is the pre-workout meal, so this is gonna be the protein oats. If you watched my videos before, you probably saw me talk about rice cakes with peanut butter, almond butter. I used to do that as a pre-workout snack, but now that I've increased the food, I've added a full another meal instead of a snack. So pre-workout meal, second meal of the day, having this at about around 10:30, and then my plan is to be at the gym ready to train at 12:30. So I eat this I make this 2 hours before I actually get to the gym, but then once I finish eating it, it's about an hour and a half. So I like to have an hour and a half between my pre-workout meal and when I start training, just to allow everything to digest, just to not have any blood flow going in my stomach and all the blood flow going to the muscles that I'm training that day. So let me show you the meal. Nothing crazy, but let's get into it. All right, so first thing, just regular oats, of course. We're gonna go 70 grams here, 71 grams, we can live with that. And then we're gonna go milk. We're gonna switch it to ounces. So I have these 2 different milk here because I really don't have a lot. I almost spilled some. So I kind of eyeball this just because I want to get it to a point where like the oats are fully like covered. So as you can see, like right there, the oats are like swimming in it. So what's that, 5.2 ounces? So that is good enough. Then we throw this in the microwave. Then we're just gonna throw some cinnamon on there too. Oh God, that's kind of a lot. And then throw this in the microwave. I put it in the microwave and I put it in for 2 minutes. But what I do is I mix it up around every 45 seconds. So one thing you want to make sure you don't do that I did previously is overcooking your oats, and that's just going to make them really dry and really hard to get down and swallow, especially if you're like me and you're bulking and I don't have a really big appetite. Having dry oats makes it so much harder to get the food down when you're like trying to swallow and you're not even hungry. So make sure you don't overcook them in the microwave. Make sure there's lots of milk in there to keep it wet and moist. That way you can kind of just swallow your oats pretty easily. Okay, that's about it. As you can see, they're still really moist and they're still like pretty watery. That's just because we have more stuff to add to them. Next thing we're gonna add is 1 scoop of protein here. This is the unfinished isolate whey protein from Jack's Factory. Of course, y'all know your boy's sponsored. And this is vanilla oatmeal cookie, so we're gonna throw 1 scoop in here. And this protein is a whey isolate, so it's gonna digest very quick and it'll be ready for the time we work out. So there you go, that's with it all mixed in. I did have to add a little bit more milk just to keep it, you know, the nice consistency that I want. Next thing we add is 80 grams of frozen mixed berries here. There we go. And the last 2 things are regular honey and 1 tablespoon of almond butter. 1 scoop right there. And then we have it leveled off again. I'm gonna go 20 grams of this honey. That's like crystallized, so. And that's what it looks like all mixed up. I mean, it doesn't look crazy appetizing, but it gets the job done. I'm gonna throw the macros up on the screen. Just a super easy to eat meal. And then it hits me, these carbs and fats and everything hits me perfectly right for the time to train. So I love this as a pre-workout meal. Don't have any digestion issues with this. So, and it's really easy to eat, like I said. So we're gonna have this and then we're gonna go work out. All right, y'all, so it's about 10 minutes before I train. This is usually when I crush my Rice Krispie Square, and then I've already drank in my pre-workout. So we're about to work out now. I'll show you what I have intra-workout, but yeah, so crush my pre-workout, 1 scoop, unfinished series, and then I did half a scoop of the non-stim just for an extra pump. But yeah, it's gonna be a good workout. Got the carbs flowing, crush the Rice Krispie, and then hit the workout. All right, so it's about halfway through the workout now, and then I do have my intra-workout carbs and EAAs. So I just do 1 scoop, which is about 90 calories, and then the EAAs, which are gonna help with like muscle protein synthesis, muscle breakdown, and just like, you know, stop muscle wasting from like while you're tearing down a muscle. So that's why I just use carbs intra-workout with the EAAs. Both use them from Jack's Factory, and I both use mango peach flavor, and I just mix them together. Tastes nice, kind of like a sour peach flavor. And then just intra carbs to keep me going, since I'm doing like a full workout where I'm hitting, you know, back, biceps, and delts. All right, so the post-workout meal now, it's gonna be chicken thighs, regular potato and sweet potato, and then just like regular like fresh loaf of bread. So I'm gonna weigh it out now and then show you guys what we got. Okay, so we got 230 grams just about of chicken thighs, and then we have sweet potato and regular potato mix, 300 grams of the potatoes. Now if I was cutting and really strict about the calories, I would probably split it up into sweet potato and a white potato, but I'm just gonna log it all as white potato, and you know, we'll deal with it. If I'm gaining weight, I'm gaining weight. I'm not stressing about it. And then lastly, I'm gonna weigh out how much bread this is. So start at 0 and just under 90 grams. This is gonna be a post-workout meal, tons of protein, tons of carbs, ready for the muscles to absorb it and start recovering right away after the workout. All right, so the last meal of the day is gonna be pasta, chicken, and more vegetables. This is what I'll have before I go to bed, but then I'll also have protein shake before I go to bed. So this is kind of like the last actual meal. It'll be usually between like 8:30, 9 o'clock. And then I don't really want to eat too much after this because I want to try to get to bed decently early. So let me show you guys that now. So the pasta's right there already in the bowl. So I'm going to weigh like the empty bowl so that we can get like how much the bowl weighs, and then, you know, do some quick mental math on how much pasta it is. So this is cooked weight. So 265 grams. I'm not going to count the sauce just because bulking, so it is what it is. And then I'll show you the rest of the meal, and then I'll throw the macros up on the screen for the last meal of the day. Okay, and then chicken thighs, we're going to go 150 grams here. A little bit under, but we'll live. and then we're gonna go 160 grams of mixed vegetables. Again, if it was cutting, I would take it, you know, to the 10th degree and measure out each individual vegetable. So here are the macros on the screen. One thing I want to say, I did throw in another bun, and also the cooked weight of the pasta comes out to 260, but the raw weight of it tracked is 110. All right, it's like an hour and a half later now. Gonna head to bed shortly, but we're gonna cram a lot more protein in before we do. So here I have a little bit of milk and then a scoop and a half of grass-fed whey isolate. Also from Jack Factory, I'm going to throw a picture up on the screen. It's the salted caramel flavor. Code Patrick for any Jack Factory things. Also, authentic protein bar from Jack Factory. This is the kitchen sink flavor. It has 16 grams of protein, and I don't have these every day, but I have them like every other day. So I just track them in as half of the protein bar. 270 calories. They taste good, but they're definitely not if you're cutting, because they have like real food in them. They don't have that sugar alcohols that don't have calories, and they don't have like a ton of fiber. So 270 calories, good for bulking, tastes good, good amount of protein. And then the last thing we're going to have is 200 grams of strawberries here, and then I have 150 grams of mango. I usually have like 2 like bowls like of fruit similar to this. It's not always strawberries and mango. Usually I'll mix it up on the day. But that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for this entire full day of eating. I will throw the entire macro breakdown, total calories on the screen here. 250 grams of protein, that's kind of a lot. I'm only weighing 190 pounds, and I wanted to eat 1.2 grams of protein, like I said in a previous video. So 1.2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. I believe 250 is something like 1.35 grams of protein per pound of body weight, so that is good. Carbs is around like 450, and then fats are kind of low. Keep in mind that the calories might be a little bit higher than this, just because I didn't really track the oils that I used to cook, which if you're in a cut you definitely should, but in a bulk I don't think it's too necessary. If you want to get that exact, you can. But yeah, man, this is a lot of calories, and this is the first time I've kind of like actually eaten like a bodybuilder to try to gain size like a bodybuilder, so obviously that's a good thing. And the last time I was this close or at 4,000 calories, if you guys will have watched my previous full day of eatings from before, I was literally chugging like 1,000 calorie mass gainer shakes, and surprisingly I'm able to eat like 95% of the food in this diet, other than like the 2 scoops of protein that are here, right? And it's not even like this is like a smoothie with like oats and peanut butter and all that other stuff that I used to put in the shakes. So it's kind of like a mental note where like I'm definitely better at like eating now, which is a funny thing to say, but for someone that doesn't have a big appetite like me, getting better at eating is definitely a good thing. And I think more like just like my mental too, like I'm ready to push myself further on this bulk in terms of eating and in training than ever before, so that's also a good thing. But that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. That is everything I eat in my full day of eating to, you know, gain as much size and as much muscle as possible on this 1.5 year long bulk. So if you did enjoy, please leave a like, rating down below. Comment any other questions that you have about the full day of eating, any other YouTube videos you want me to make, any kind of questions about like training or anything in general. Subscribe if you are new to the channel, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.